Hello everyone. I have a toy. Let's review this toy. I'm Troublesome Junction. I'm bringing you the NECA Crash Bandicoot figure. Now, I was able to pick this toy up for $22 at Book & Company. It is like a store that sells both books and pop cultural items. So it's pretty much like GameStop, but for books instead of games. So this figure right here, I saw it and I said I have to have it. I had pretty much a shopping day out. I also managed to find the hard to find Sonic the Hedgehog Chow plush that was released by Tomy this year. So if you'd like to see that, comment down below saying, yeah, hey, do a review on Chow, or you know, whatever. But anyways, let's open this guy up. So he is officially licensed right there. There's NECA, Real Toys, Activision 2018, and then there's the price tag right there. Hang on, I just want to actually go over the packaging real quick. So on the back it just shows an image of Crash Bandicoot here. And then, it says, Crash Bandicoot is back. The eagerly anticipated action figure line from NECA features Crash Bandicoot as you know and love him. Your favorite marsupial has plenty of articulation for maximum whumps. Whumps, but just as importantly, he is outfitted with ball-jointed eyebrows to create a variety of crazy expressions. As a bonus, tucked inside is an easy-to-assemble, thick cardstock crate replica. I'll get to that later on. I do have a bit of a problem with that. And then, relive all your favorite Crash moments and get ready to put some oomph in your whump. That's amazing. Alright, so I'm going to... I hate this type of packaging, but I understand why it's here. I might just come from the bottom and cut it open. In fact, I might just take it off camera real quick to cut it open, because I don't think I can do this in front of the camera. But I will commentate through it. So yeah, this figure, when I saw it in store, I said I have to have it. Because for the past month or so, I have been looking for this figure. And I saw it, and I said, I said to myself, this is the first time I'm seeing it in stores. And I don't really feel like buying it offline and waiting. So I ended up deciding to buy it out of the store. I don't want to damage the packaging though, because I actually do want to hang this guy up. Because if you don't know, I don't think I've mentioned this before, I probably have briefly, but I was a huge Crash Bandicoot fan when I was younger, because I used to play it all the time on PlayStation. And I did recently buy Insane Trilogy, and that game, if you haven't played it, well, nothing but recommendation if you love Crash Bandicoot. That game was absolutely amazing. I have not 100%ed it yet. I'm still working on that because I've been playing more Sonic Mania. Wow, this is taking me a long time, and I don't like to do jump cuts. I might end up damaging the packaging now that I think about it. Let's see, maybe I could just cut through the bottom like this. I'll just have to cut off the bottom entirely. I know that there's a way you can just cut out the back of it, but I'd rather just cut it like this from the bottom, because I mean, who honestly is going to look at the bottom of this? Now that I think about it, this is very reminiscent of my review of the Bachmann Thomas the Tank Engine, when I had major time struggling on that. I think when I did that, yeah, that was a pretty successful video. Wow. So yeah, that's something that if you are one of those bad people in the world who try to steal from your store to try and get this figure, yeah, good luck. That's all I'll say to you. Good luck. This thing is a tough nut to crack, and by the time you tried to, you'd probably get busted. So in the end, kids, just save up your money from cutting your grass or whatever and just buy it with your own money. And it feels better too, because you're supporting the company, and you are, at the same time, you can say, yeah, I saved up for this. Beef, got problem? Alright, I'm sorry, that's the first and last time I'm ever going to say any of those phrases. So, now, brutally ripping him out of the packaging. Oh no. This is going to rip. Oh, there we go. Got him out. Oh no, it's really unfocused. So first off, I'm not going to get the figure out just yet. I'm going to get out this little card cardboard thing that they mentioned about the crate replica. Here's all it is. It's just a cheap little cardboard box that's supposed to be a box. And I'd recommend when you're doing this to pre-fold it, as in like, you know, fold it down a bit and all of this stuff. Just fold this over. Now my thoughts on this. I get why they included it, but I would rather get a plastic accessory because knowing this thing, it's either going to be nostalgic, people getting it for nostalgic reasons, like older fans such as myself, or little kids, which might be mostly the case. Because there aren't many Crash Bandicoot figures out there, so there's going to be a lot of kids wanting this one. So this crate, pretty much, if you get out of bed and then you leave your toys on the floor, which happens a lot with children, well, this thing it's good as toast. It's not going to recover if you break it. And plus, if you put it into storage, it is not going to last long. Unless you put it, like, on a shelf and display it somewhere, because this is going to end up getting warped and all that. But for a thing, it is pretty sturdy, I suppose. But I would rather it be made of plastic than cardstock. Now, I suppose maybe you could put like some apples or something inside of there and then have Crash break it open, but I still feel like that could have been done with plastic. Or even sold a full-on accessory pack. Because to be honest, I don't know, I probably would buy that because I do like to do stop-motion animations and all that. So this right here, just gotta twist this little twist tie out. NECA, if you're watching this, I highly doubt it, but if you are, just know that your packaging is well done. I don't have to worry about it getting really damaged because, yeah. Well, there were some in the store that did have like a couple of minor paint errors on it, but I mean, yeah, well. I ended up getting this one because it did look the best out of all of them. But it was like little things like a bit of overspray on the arms or a little smudge mark on the eye, but nothing too major like a lot of other toy companies out there. Jazzwares. Sorry, I had a really bad cough. Just kidding. I'm not hating on Jazzwares because I do love their toy line, but they're not the best with quality control. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. Wow. This figure, wow. First we're going to start at the head. We're just going to go over it entirely. Look at this detail. The detail and paintwork on this guy is amazing. And you might see that he is textured to look like fur. Now, it is really nice when you look at it, and when you feel it, it's not too rough. It feels just right enough. The furry enough, but not too furry. And the arms, oh, they're a bit stiff when they move. But I mean, I do like that. Fingers are actually squishy. Yeah, they're like a rubbery material. I'd rather it be the same material as this, but beggars can't be choosers. This figure's still great nonetheless. And you have his shorts, nice trousers indeed. It's a mix between a light blue and a dark blue. I believe the light blue is supposed to represent it being cuffed up, like it's folded up. And then you have a little tie there. And they even detailed that. How phenomenal is that? His feet articulate too. It has rotation in the feet. And even that has detail as well. And I don't really see many paint errors on this at all. This guy looks great all around. Just gotta get it to focus. It's focusing on Top Hat in the background. Yeah, I believe that it does fold back. Yeah, you can get it to fold back because I see a little joint there. There you go. It does have rotation articulation in the upper joint, but I think it's just a simple back and forth thing. But that's understandable. Now to the articulation. So as it mentioned, yeah, his eyebrows, those are on ball joints. Look at that. That is something, when I first saw this on a review on Spot's Toy Review channel, really would recommend them if you are into action figure collecting. Great guide. This is one of the selling points for me. I love expression, especially in the eyebrows, because I myself have very noticeable eyebrows and very expressionate with those. So this right here is amazing. I don't think I've seen a toy that has done this, except for like those weird animatronic toys that you would find for like kids. They would move their eyebrows around, but this is probably the first that I've personally seen eyebrows articulate. Now onto the back of the head. It's just, you know, his mohawk right here. It's sort of rubbery, but not too rubbery. It's a mix. It's like a mix between the plastic for the body and the rubbery stuff for the hand. The eyes, the eyes. Now, it does have a little smudge mark right there, but don't know. I can probably clean that off. His eyes, yeah, he does have a larger pupil than the other, which is game accurate. And now moving on to the articulation. He has articulation in the elbows up here. Now, warning, his joints are pretty stiff, so just be careful with that. Articulation in both of the elbows, as I showed on the other. Rotation in the hands. Movement in the head, but not really too much because, you know, his head is sort of like molded to his actual body in the game, and it looks like it is. So it can get a little bit of movement, but not too much movement. And it has rotation in the upper torso. Now it does, I wouldn't rotate it too far because then you'll break the sculpt, very similar to the Jazzwares Sonic the Hedgehog line. No rotation in the trunks, not trunks, the shorts. And a little belly button detail, actually. I forgot to point that out. And then I went over the feet articulation. And then at the bottom, he has a little hole for a NECA base plate. That is really nice. I mean, it does look small, but trust me, it does work with the other base plates. I do not have one on hand, but yes, I have personally seen it actually work with that. His nose, too, looks very much like a dog's nose. And it has like little dimples and dots and stuff in it. Looks really nice, like a satin black, sort of. And then just look at let's look how wonderful the airbrush detail is on this guy. Just look at that. Has the nice vibrant yellow torso, the darker fur around it, and then on his arms it's darker up here and gets lighter as it goes down. Even the ears have detail. It gets lighter up here, but as you go down, it gets a lot darker in here. This is pretty much the perfect figure for everyone's favorite marsupial, Crash Bandicoot. Now, I believe there was a Resource line that made these, and it was okay for the time, but if you do want a Crash Bandicoot figure, I could not recommend this guy enough. Especially with the recent release of Insane Trilogy. Well, it was earlier in the year, but still, I would highly recommend this to any collector. And for the price point of around $20, yeah, that's amazing. So that's pretty much all I have to say for this video. To give this guy a rating, I'd definitely give him easily a 15 out of 10. This guy is pretty much perfect. No paint errors, joints are really good, nice and stiff, so you can get good poses. So that's all I have to say in this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Troublesome Junction channel. And I'll see you guys on the flip side.